Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company. If leg day was yesterday and now you're wondering why toilets are so damn low, you are definitely old school. If you're the only athlete at your gym that knows there's a contest today and it's to see who trains the hardest, you are old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
You're funny.
Like I said. Do you like my tail? Like I said.
Welcome back to Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I'm joined, as always, by Lee Priest, who's got some raging to do today. I understand Mr. G sent you the Lee Priest candy, chocolate candies.
I'm glad you brought that up, Dave. Here we have and you know, like these are pretty big. It's like there's a pound of chocolate in every bar. But look at this. I'm impressed with the metal tin.
Oh, he said you got your own tin. Wow, you really made it. Wow, that's a nice little emblem on there too.
And you'll be able to buy these from Mr. Potts Cookies.
MrPottsProtein.net. Yeah, that's amazing. Your tin is. I think I like your tin better than mine.
Oh, imagine all the bodybuilders.
Where's my tin? Hold on. Let me get my tin. There's my tin.
Yeah.
Mine's round, but yours is pretty cool.
Yeah. See, mine's like square and that like my abs. Yours is round like your abs were.
Yeah, like my head.
Yeah. That's the Palumboism tin. This is the in shape tin. But look.
Except you have no tattoo on your face anymore, so it's not really that accurate. But then again, I'm not 285 pounds anymore either. So
this is a collector's tin with the tattoos. See, look.
I see.
But look at this. Once you've eaten the stuff in it, bodybuilders, look, imagine all the gear and syringes they can keep.
You could store steroids in there. You're right. I didn't think about that.
But let's open up.
So people can buy the cookies or the candies that are in there, and then they can just keep the trays and put their steroids in there. And if you buy enough of those tins, you could put each like compound in its own tin. Like that's what I would want to do. Like Masteron in one, the Trenbolone in another, testosterone in another, GH in another.
And the size of the tin, it's pretty big. Some of the bodybuilders might get a week's worth of gear in it.
You might be able to actually put little sections, dividers in there, so you can get.
And I want to say it was nice seeing Tyler just walk past the camera there. Nice jeans.
You saw that. Okay, all right. You caught that.
But look at this. Look, now here's this one. This is the white chocolate, blueberries, and cherries.
He sent me those, and I didn't know what it was. He put it in an unmarked bag, and I actually talked about it on the show, and he said, I didn't think you were going to talk about it. That's the Lee Priest candy. I said, you didn't tell me. You just sent it to me. I started eating it. It was delicious. This piece of fruit in there. And
each box comes with 3 of these a pound, and this one here is 3,216 calories. 106 grams of protein, 368 carbs, and 144 fat. But look, there's 3 big bars. One big, but if you break it in 3 ways, and then you break it this way, you get like 6 big bars in each box. So you get like 18 in a box. It's
a lot of. It's a lot. I was surprised how much protein was in there. He did a good job getting that protein.
This is white chocolate, roasted mac nuts, and pineapple.
I did get that one. That one's delicious. The pineapple taste, that was the one, you remember I told you it tasted like a fruit roll-up inside there? It was the pineapple that I was tasting.
That's 3,152 calories. This one here.
He should have broke it up by serving size instead of the whole freaking thing,
This is for if you're dieting. This is only 3,096
calories. I know women that probably could eat that whole sleeve right there in one sitting.
That's very sexist, saying women. Why are you saying that?
Well, I don't know many men that can do it, but I know women that can eat that whole sleeve for sure.
White chocolates, pistachios, and craisins in this one.
That's my favorite one, actually, to be honest with you.
Is it?
White chocolate,
yeah. But look, there's that's in that tin. Now, this came in the mail yesterday to me.
Yeah.
It came in a box to the front door. I'm thinking, I'm not expecting anything. And I undo the box, and inside the box, I'm surprised Customs didn't check.
I was going to say, I can't get a freaking tub of protein to get through Customs. He sends you like 40 chocolate bars through Customs there.
Well, you know what it was? Because it came inside the box, and he had one of those things in there, like those thermal foil things inside.
Oh, so you couldn't even see what was in there? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, it's like those things like to keep it cool or warm. It's
no,
like
I have. Yeah, I know exactly.
A silver blanket. I thought I was getting a Mexican refugee inside a box for a minute. I see them wrapped in those blankets.
Seriously, if you fling that at someone's head, you probably can knock them unconscious. They're so heavy, those bars.
This is white chocolates, pistachios. This is 3,090. Oh, hold on. Here's one for people who are conscious. This is only 2,700 calories.
Well, Vic Richards used to eat 30,000 calories a day. He'd have to eat like 10 of those, right? If he ate 10 of those sleeves a day, he'd get his protein, his fat, his carbs, and he'd also make his calorie count.
Did you get the dark chocolate and mangoes?
Oh, that sounds good.
I gotta look. You know what he did was he took like the leftovers of yours and he threw them into a big zip bag. So I got this huge container of broken pieces that he
always get my leftovers, Dave.
Yeah.
Here's a white chocolate, blueberries and cherries.
The blueberries and cherries are good. Yeah, I've had those.
It's funny. I spoke to a friend. Speaking of leftovers, I spoke to a friend the other day, and they said, "Lee, I spoke to your ex-wife a couple of weeks ago, and guess what? She told me that Sean Ray's been contacting her."
Oh, really? Like trying to hook up with her, or just talking to her?
Why else? Why else? Why would fucking Sean Ray be contacting an ex-wife of mine just to talk to her?
First of all, where's my shirt with the victory pose of Lee Priest on there? How come I don't have one of those?
Do you have the macadamia? Oh, here we go. The peanuts and craisins. Yeah, but this is all available from Mr. Potts.
Mr.
Yeah, so
Potts.
really, you can break like 6. You'll get 6 in each thing here. So you get like 18 in a box. And like I said, it comes in this beautiful tin. It's like you used to get cookies at your grandmother's place in a tin like this.
What it's nice is you can buy that for someone as a gift. I have trouble buying people gifts, especially bodybuilders, because we're so weird. Usually, and then if I send them a tub of my protein, it looks like it doesn't. They think it doesn't cost me anything because I make it. So I'd rather send them something like that. And if you want to send a full tin, that's probably an expensive tin's worth of chocolate in there. So if anyone wants to gift for something like that one is tremendous. I mean, that's a really good idea.
And if you're very special, I'll speak to Mr. Potts. I might even sign some of the tins for you. But what you do is you just think about giving them a gift, Dave. They always say it's the thought that counts. So give them fuck all.
No,
bodybuilders aren't hard.
I used to send like Omaha steaks to people, but I don't even know if they even use them.
Mate, the bodybuilders, just send them a box of tissues and some alcohol for wipes. That's what you fucking do. The good news is, cause I got this, I spoke to Jose and he showed me, yours is in the mail. Cause I got stuff in the mail. He showed me yours is all packaged up with your name on it. You should have it this weekend, maybe. Right. You should have your
Great.
See how it works here?
I see. So now I got Mr. G sent you chocolate. Now you've okayed the shaker bottle to be sent out.
I'm all the way in Australia, and I've got 3 big tins. Don't tell John. Don't tell John.
Lee is just like me. He loves free shit. Even if he doesn't really even if he doesn't really use it, he just likes getting free shit. It's like a little kid on Christmas, getting gifts and stuff like that.
As for this shirt, yes, look at that.
That's the shirt I want now. I saw it. I wear it if you gave it to me. Send me one.
I'll get you one. But other people that want this, if you go on my Instagram and click on the link in the bio, you can buy them.
Oh, you can buy it off Instagram. That's good. Okay.
And look, if you put music on, I can dance.
Blackman wants to know if you can peel the posing trunks aside. Like, does that little part peel off the t-shirt?
That's actually one of those shirts. When you heat up, they disappear.
Or you know what? My son's got this Super Mario Brothers shirt, and when you it's got those that material. When you push up on it, it becomes Luigi.
Oh yeah.
So maybe your trunks, if you kind of push up on them, they'll disappear.
No, it's like those coffee mugs. You put hot water in them, and the things disappear and stuff. Here's something you can listen to. Listen to this. It's not copyrighted, so I posted it on my thing. See if you remember this one. This song used to motivate me back in the day when I was a teenager. Ready? Yeah. You don't remember
the final
this?
countdown.
Close.
No?
It's Rich Gaspari. Remember the words?
I thought it's the final countdown.
No, it's called Destiny by Michael Gaspari.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like a posing routine, Dave.
There you go. All right. How's the right arm looking? Is it still growing?
Oh,
Turn that music off.
shut up.
How come your forearm? Hold on. How come that brachioradialis muscle is so freaky big? Are you shooting synthol in there?
No, my forearms for some reason. I think because the upper arm wasn't working. See, when I diet down, this gets so small. People actually thought I was putting synthol in my forearms.
Yeah, your forearms are ridiculous. Maybe it's because your upper arm hasn't come up yet.
Don't forget. Well, look at this muscle here. Look.
Oh, that what is that? I used to know the name of that too.
It's in two hands. It's called the wanking muscle.
The wanking muscle. What is it? Whose name is that on your hand right there?
Rachel.
You okay?
That's wife number. That's my recent wife. That's right.
All right. I didn't want to bring that up.
And over on this one, I got.
Sean's not contacting her, is he?
No, not yet. Haven't broken up. I only want to break up with him.
I'm glad.
And here I got June and Owen. They're my grandparents.
Okay.
And then I got Lucifer there. That's me, Lucifer. People are like, why do you have Lucifer on there for?
All right, this weekend is the New York Pro, as you know, and
yes, I know.
The New York Pro has always been like a way to make a name for yourself. It's been a contest. Too bad it's not in New York anymore, but at least it's still called the New York Pro. And Nick Walker, who turned pro last year at the North Americans, he did his first pro show right after that, placed top 5. He's been talking a lot of smack with Blessing and Wabadoo online, concerning, I guess, Blessing's been making his statement. Nick is saying you don't have the legs. They go back and forth and they break each other's balls. I think they really like each other. But anyway, they'll be competing against each other. Justin Rodriguez, who won the Indy Pro last week, beating Blessing, who placed third, will be in the show as well. What's your take on this? I know you watch all the stuff online and you have good insights into the competitors. How do you think this show is going to pan out this coming weekend? What's your prediction?
Well, considering Blessing didn't win the last show, he got third. Well, there's not much shit to talk now. I think Nick can beat him after seeing how he looked.
Nick wasn't in the lineup though, so it's hard to
I know that, Dave. No shit, Dave. No shit. I'm not a complete moron.
Well,
Dave.
A better statement would be, I don't think he's going to beat Blessing or Wabadoo. I mean, he's not going to beat. Now I'm drawing a blank.
Listen.
Justin Rodriguez, because he lost him last week, but he didn't go up against Nick, so we don't know, how he's going to do against him.
I think it's going to be a good competition between. It's going to be more after seeing Justin and Blessing. Blessing could maybe get a little bit harder, but it's not going to bring up his legs and that, which is a good strong point on Nick. But I think the main competition at the moment, I think from last week to this weekend, is going to be more between Rodriguez and Walker, but then I think throw in Hassan. I think there's the dark horse.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Hassan Mustafa.
I think those three are going to be looking at the top 3 because the thing with Blessing is he looked great, but his legs aren't up to par. Right. And now getting third with all this hype, getting third. If Blessing had won it and he was going to the New York show as a winner of that momentum, would be good. Going in with third, it's like still good, but you're not the winner. So the eyes are going to be on Justin and Nick now and stuff like that. So Blessing will probably, depending how many they call out, he might be in the third call out, or they might go Blessing, Hassan, Rodriguez, and Nick for the first call out.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You know that Blessing will come in like fuller than full now because they're going to say, oh, he was, what happens. No one ever admits they don't have enough muscle. They say, well, you're too flat, right? That's the first thing they say. So they try to fill out more. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it backfires because it smooths them out a little bit. So,
well, Blessing's working with Chad, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm sure Chad is going to load him up this week in terms of
Chad,
carbs.
I'm sure Chad will know what to do, but I'm still thinking, though, even if he does fill out a bit, the legs just don't have it on like what Nick have and that and Hassan and him, so...
But, structurally...
It's a good thing.
Structurally, though, Blessing does have...
Imagine if he was there. Look at this. Look at this.
Blessing does have a very small waistline, and he structurally looks really good in that lineup. It's funny because I'm a big Hassan Mustafa fan. I think he's like a super crazy freak. I mean, the guy's got insane legs, arms, shoulders, back. But you know what? For some reason, when he stands in the lineup, he doesn't quite look as impressive as when he's alone. He's one of those guys that looks more impressive when he's by himself because he's such a freak. He's not that wide. I noticed. No,
he looks like a little blocky, not like blocky as in blocky, but more square. He reminds me of a little bit, probably a bit better. But remember Paco Batista?
Yeah, he's better. I think he's more of like a Paul DeMeo.
Shut up and go along with it, will you? He looks a bit more like a Paco Batista.
Remember what did Paco used to do? Remember he used to do this? The whole he always do, right? Didn't he always do this like do 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 do? And they used to honk the horns.
Fuck, you're going back to your village people dance moves.
No, all the Spanish people who were fans of Paco Batista would get these air horns and they would blast the horns. When he would do that. On the stage.
The English fans used to do that to Dorian, and then they'd save him for me when I came out as well. So.
You were right. They did do it. I forgot they did it for you, Dorian.
See, we're ahead of our time,
That's
Dave.
A European thing, I guess.
Back in the day. But what I wanted to say was I'm actually happy I'm up and walking today. I've had Friday, I thought I felt a thing in my back, and then Saturday, Sunday, I was flat on my back because of sciatic nerve. I pinched it so bad.
Oh really?
My God.
It wasn't a shot, was it? It was...
No, a shot. How the fuck would I have a shot? I can't even reach around there to have a shot.
So what did you do to it? That you try? I never heard of anyone traumatized with their sciatic nerve, other than from a shot.
No, I think I did it like a couple of weeks ago when I was doing those heavy belt squats.
Oh.
I felt a little twinge, and then for a week or so, I could just feel it putting my shoes on.
Yeah.
And then somehow the next day on the Saturday, I was like, wow. And then I just... it feels like someone's stabbing you. I was like,
that piriformis muscle gets all bound up too sometimes around there.
So I've been trying to stretch it, but I had a walking stick yesterday. I really looked my age with a walking stick. I look very debonair, Dave, walking with a walking stick.
Did you try? You probably look like Sean Connery. Remember Sean Connery?
I was doing a dance like Fred Astaire, putting on the Ritz.
You should have had one of those pointy umbrellas. You could have used it as your walking stick.
Oh, like the guy from the Avengers, the TV show.
Daredevil you could have done.
Oh, yeah, he had that now. But the Avengers, he had like an umbrella like that. It would be a gun, then you open it up and it's
I thought that was a penguin. That's the penguin from Batman has the umbrella.
The penguin had one too, okay, but watch the Avengers, all right? The British, he was a British spy.
Oh.
I'm talking to morons. I don't know why I come on sometimes.
All right, so give me the top 5 at New York.
Top 5 in any order?
Any order. Well, I mean, if you could put them in chronological, in the right order, that would be good, obviously. I could read you the list.
Okay.
Let me read you the list who's in the show first, and then you can give me your top 5. Morgan
I've got no
Asti.
idea, Dave. Why don't you read me the list?
All right. Morgan Asti, Blessing Awabadu, Camilo Diaz, Malcolm El... Oh, I didn't even know that Muhammad El Oman is going to be in the show. So
Camila Harris is in it, did you say?
No. Huh. Camilo Diaz. Roy Evans, Dorian Haywood, Hassan Mustafa, An Win, Justin Rodriguez, Sean Smith, who's good too, Nick Walker.
Didn't Dorian do the last show?
Yes,
weekend?
He was 4th.
Yeah, he looked pretty good too. Even if his conditioning improves a little bit, this is what I'm going to go.
That Muhammad El Oman guy was really good. Chris Aceto and I were both very impressed with him.
Yeah, and if he picks up a little bit, he could actually...
He almost beat Justin, so...
Yeah. Well, here we go. Let's go Walker, Hassan, Rodriguez, and then 4th place could be any of those, Blessing and Dorian.
All right, give me your top 3. Let's make it easy. I want it in order. You can't just give names, because of course, that's too easy.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Walker, Hassan, and then Rodriguez.
Wow. Okay. I'm going for the short. I'm going with Justin Rodriguez because he's got a lot of momentum from this past weekend. I'm going to go with him number 1. I think that Nick Walker could be in that top 3. I just until I see him up on that stage against those guys, I'd like to see him. I think he could win the show possibly, but I'm going to put him 2nd. And for 3rd, I'm going to go Hassan Mustafa. So
Yeah, well, that's almost that's the same top three as mine, just in different order.
Different order, yeah. Different order.
What about you, Tyler? Who you got, Tyler, for your top three? I like to include you because Dave's very rude.
I'll tell you one thing, that Morgan Asty will be the biggest freak on that stage for sure. And if it was in New York, the New York crowd would have gone crazy for him. But unfortunately, it's in Tampa, so I don't know if they're going to get the same response.
You know, I want you to pull this up right now, Tyler, because even Tyler's voice, and sometimes when I quickly saw him, do you know that actor T.J. Miller?
No.
He sounds like Tyler, and I think he looks like him a bit. Pull it up,
really?
T.J. Miller. He was in the new movie Underwater. You'll know him when you see him.
Oh, pull it
His
up. Let me
voice,
see. I don't even know what he's talking about.
His voice sounds just like Tyler.
Actually, he does look like you a little bit. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Have you heard him talk? Pull up.
No,
some of
I haven't heard him
talking.
talk. Yeah, see if he
No, he sounds like me.
does he? Is he from Florida?
He was in Community, I think.
That's funny. He does.
Let me see.
If
Let me see. I'm gonna,
he does have a lot of features that are similar to yours. Yeah.
the hair and the eyes.
That picture right there looks a lot like you.
He was in the Deadpool.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was in that one.
Yeah, and I got told I looked like him after I watched Deadpool.
I saw Deadpool too. I don't remember it.
Well, you're spot
You don't
on.
remember him?
Spot on, Lee.
You have any
that?
audio of him? No?
No,
All right.
that's fine.
Very good. Very good.
But I think let's see if I can find him here for a second, because you got to. If you hear his voice, listen. Let's see if he's talking on this. Here we go. It's following T.J. Miller, because he does stand up.
I said, are you guys ready for your athletic tonight?
I don't know where it comes out.
This is how weird I am and
There
how
you
much your town means to me. I went over at night before the show to
Tyler
Astro
talking.
with all the lights.
So.
But,
I think he looks more like him than sounds more like him. But maybe
that's
Tyler
your-
could get a job as
that's
his double. You know how they always have like a stand-in.
Yeah.
Sounds rewarding.
Arnold's stand-in used to make a lot of money, right? What was that guy's name? The bodybuilder that was Arnold's stand-in?
Peter, someone, wasn't it? Peter.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name was.
He used to train at Well Gym. I remember when they made the movie Eraser, he come into the gym and he had a couple of broken ribs, because remember that scene in Eraser where he swings across and he hops onto that big shipping container?
Yeah.
He smashed his ribs into the side.
Oh, he was the one who
Into
did the scut? Okay, I got you. That's
No,
great.
Arnold did it, Dave. Arnold does his own
when I
stunts.
hear most stars are smart to have a stunt double or a guy stand-in. But when I hear Tom Cruise doing these crazy stunts, I know that's how I know he's out of his mind, because he's worth so much money, this guy, and he's jumped. Remember, he jumped in Mission Impossible
And
from
broke
the
his
top
ankle.
of the Burj.
Broke his ankle, yeah.
Broke his. He's like he didn't die. I mean, you got to be out of your freaking mind to do that stuff. I mean, he's a really. I mean,
But they left that part in the movie, because when he hits the building, his foot goes like that, and then he gets up and he still runs past the camera, sort of hobbling.
that's a real. I mean, you got to give the guy credit. He's really. I mean, that's pretty authentic, right? I mean.
Yeah, that Scientology is a strong thing. Even that the last Mission Impossible 2, he did all that helicopter stuff through the canyon. That was him flying the helicopter.
No way. Was it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you watch the making of it, he got his pilot's license and that. Yeah, so he wanted it to be real. So that where he's chasing the helicopters through the canyon,
Right.
the helicopter in front of him had the cameras, but that was him alone in that helicopter.
Can you
flying it.
imagine what the insurance must be on Tom Cruise? Like, the studio has to probably pay millions just to insure this fucking guy in a helicopter that's probably worth a couple $1,000,000. I mean, that the production cost of these movies must be like insane, because of this.
Well, what's his name used to injure himself a lot too? Jackie Chan. He would hurt himself a lot doing
Yeah,
his
well,
own
I don't
stunts.
think you can't even get a stunt double to do what he does, because no one else could do it. That was the difference. He had to do the stunts because no one could run up a wall like him and do all that nutty stuff.
I was going to say it's easier to find someone that looks like him.
Yeah.
Not saying they look alike.
Very politically incorrect. They're going to cancel you.
That's okay.
Cancel culture.
But the new Top Gun movie, they reckon it went millions over budget because they'd finished like the filming of all the jet scenes, like
Right.
the fighter jet scenes that are really spectacular.
Right.
But Tom Cruise wasn't happy with it. He wanted it more. So they actually went back and refilmed all the
No way,
fighter jet
really?
scenes.
Wow. Have you seen? Has
Redid
that
it
movie
all,
been
so-
released yet?
No, it got put off due to COVID, but it's coming out, I think. I'm not sure. Well, here I think it could be August.
They'll
or
probably
towards
put it
the
on
end.
HBO Max or something like that, because no one goes to the movies anymore. I mean, I watch everything on either the Disney Channel has it or HBO Max seems to have all the movies now too.
But James Bond's been keep getting put back and put back and put back and.
Well, they're crazy because no one's going to the movies. You just release it, sell it to Disney or sell it to Netflix. That's the way to go. I mean, you'll make more money probably doing that anyway.
I did hear. I started to watch.
Having kids, I
all the-
love the fact that I can watch like new releases on TV. It's so much more because I'll never
what do
see the
you
movie
watch?
otherwise, because I can't go to the movies. My kids are not old enough yet.
Or do you watch Monsters Inc. again over and over?
No, my point is at night I can watch the movie myself in my house. I can't sneak out and go to the movie theater. What am I going to do? I don't have any time.
You would go out anyway because of COVID. You're scared.
Yeah, probably.
You're locked in your house.
I was just lying.
Now,
I was in a hotel for the last for Friday, Saturday, Sunday because I couldn't go home.
I know.
because I had the radioactive
How was that?
iodine. It was the best
you had
sleep I've
quite-
gotten in 6 years.
Because you had the iodine, the radioactive iodine, though, it probably kills COVID, so you're probably okay.
It's possible. You never know. Who knows what else it's killing inside my body though? That's the only problem.
I watched a movie the other day. It was a good one. It was so good I can't remember the name of it. But
Really. You got to
what was
watch.
it?
I've been watching on Apple TV. They have their own original programming. It's called For All Mankind. Have you seen that series?
oh yeah, the space one. The one about
Yeah.
NASA.
Yeah, because it's like a fictionalized, I guess you could say, rendition of what would happen if we had never stopped going to the moon. So in other words, after the moon landed, we continued. They built a base on the moon to try to get to Mars, and they actually incorporate real political figures, but they kind of change history a little bit. Like Ted Kennedy was president because he never went to he never drove to Chappaqua and never had the accident. Ronald Reagan was president, right after him, and it's the whole timeline is all weird. It's like some kind of bizarro world timeline, but it's pretty cool. The way they put it all together, it's very well done, I think.
I've always said that. Why did we stop going there? Because, like I said, that space station they got flying around. If they had kept going back and built something on the moon,
Right.
it'd be a lot easier to go from the moon to Mars than from Earth to Mars.
They say that's what they're gonna have to do anyway. So they set themselves back 40 years by just they did the space shuttle instead, and it was all because Challenger blew. No, it wasn't even that. I don't even know why they didn't stop going to the moon. They cut funding to it probably.
I know, because it was fake, Dave. Because it was fake.
But you know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is that they spend so much freaking crazy money on other stupid shit that I'm sure they could have allocated a few $1 billion to the space program. Think about how, because that there's some kind, no one really knows because no one's drilled, but I guarantee if you set up an oil drill on the moon, you'll probably find minerals and all kinds of crazy stuff under the rock there. So,
Would you find moon pies?
Moon pies. The premise of the For All Mankind is that there's actually, they say in the craters deep down that there's water, there's ice deposits that they can turn into water. Once you have water, obviously you can grow shit there and you can make your own jet fuel and then you can fly to Mars. So that's the whole
I saw the Martian
premise.
with Matt Damon. He grew stuff on Mars.
That's right. I saw that too.
But I think they still should have built it on there and just gone from, I've been saying it for years. I think they're tapping my phone and computer. I think they're listening. You wouldn't believe it that I'm the one behind all the NASA ideas, would you, Dave?
Yeah.
I got to mess my hair up like George Tukoloscu from the Ancient Aliens TV show.
That guy's the best. He's absolutely the most entertaining guy to watch.
I was watching, there's a TV show on now called, it's about an alien. He goes to the town, and he's a doctor in the town, but he's actually an alien.
Oh.
And only this one kid can see him.
Yeah.
But there's an episode in that where George is on it.
Oh, he
And
really?
George
That's
is-
funny.
And George is talking to the alien because he can tell he's an alien.
If there's really aliens that have come here, I'm sure they've stopped on the moon also, right? Because if you're going to fly to the Earth, you might as well stop at the moon and see what's going on there as well. So you would think that we'd be able to find some evidence that someone's been there if we go and explore enough of the moon.
Well, isn't June the government's meant to be releasing their UFO files and stuff like that in America?
You know what happens? They release them and there's like black marker marks through everything. Like you're like, what the fuck? We can't read it. We got all the files released. I can't read them.
They're doing the videos too because they're doing the videos as well because a lot of the fighter pilots and astronauts are going to show the videos and all the radar stuff. So yes, in June it's coming out. I'm glad I can tell you stuff that's happening in your country, Dave. But obviously you're oblivious to this.
The interesting thing is, how come there's no UFO sightings in Australia? They're all over the Midwest in the United States. You ever noticed that?
No. If you go on to, is it Prime? Do you have Prime TV? Like Amazon Prime?
Yes. Yeah.
There's 2 series on there called Australian Skies 1 and 2. It's all about the UFOs in Australia.
Oh, they're like, okay. I figured you guys only had. I thought you guys only had great white sharks. I figured we don't have that many great whites. You got all the great whites. We get all the UFOs.
We have UFOs. If you look closely, you see the UFO in the sky going.
We have Bigfoot. You guys don't have any Bigfoots over there, I don't think.
Right? We have Yowies. They're called Yowies.
Oh, they got a name over there for Australia.
Don't you love that? I used to love it. I'm sure Tyler watches
Yetis. They're Yetis, right?
Yeah. Or Yeti, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Abominable Snowman, whatever you want to call them. But do you ever watch that show on one of the channels over there called Finding Bigfoot?
No, I haven't. I've seen it. I never actually saw one of them. Is it good?
Has Tyler watched it?
Yeah, I said a long time ago.
Oh, actually, Tyler said he watched it.
What about those scenes where they go, one guy will be like, okay, I'm going to get here on this mountaintop, and his mate will go to the other side, and they're on the radio. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to give the call. Okay. and he goes, oh! And then his mate's like, I'm going to hear this. Ooh, he goes, did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was a squash. I heard it. Yeah, hold on. Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it's over there. I heard it. That's definitely a squash. Definitely a squash, yeah. You've never seen this show?
It's almost as funny as the Ghost Hunters. Yeah, the Ghost Adventures. When they go on these Ghost Adventures, they got all these little like devices they supposedly pick up all these.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Right. And they're like, "Did you hear it? Did you hear it?"
Hold on. This is him on that Ghost Hunter show. Okay, he's got his. Hold on. I gotta look authentic. This is how good I've seen these shows. Look, this is. Let me just. This is the Geiger counter. Hold on.
I got Geiger counted actually this week.
So. Here we go. I'll put this on. Plug it in. All right. Beep, beep, beep. Ooh, did you feel that? I got a cold shiver. Did you feel that? Hold on. Let's play it back. Let's play it back. Listen. Get out. Did you hear that? Hold on. Play it again. Get out. Oh, I definitely heard something. You said get out. I mean,
Eddie Murphy years ago did a great comedy skit where he was talking about
where he said get out. He goes, I get the fuck out.
Yeah, he said white people, they hear get out, and they want to stay and investigate. He goes, when black people hear that, they get the fuck out of the house.
Yeah, I was like talking about.
Which is where I would go. I'd be at the house.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, black people walk into here, get out. We're like, we get the fuck out. He goes,
so we gotta go.
People are crazy. Yeah. He goes, was there a ghost in here? Yeah, but that show's so funny because they got all their meters and it just looks like a fucking tire pressure gauge to me. And they're like, oh, look, the light's lighting up. We've got some electromagnetic activity here. Yeah, check room number 2. Room number 2, we've got something going on. Okay, let's go in room number 2. Oh, did you feel that? Someone touched me. The shit they come out with is just fucking ridiculous. It's like, oh my God, and people, they're like season 1, season 2. Someone's watching this shit because
the funny thing, Lee, is that back when they used to do that in the 70s and 80s, like you almost believed it because there was no cameras. Now everyone's got a cell phone with a video. If there was something there, they would catch it on camera. You know what I mean? At this point, there's no lack of recording materials where we're like, oh man, if we only had cameras. You could set up cameras 24/7 to monitor the whole every room in the house. So there would be evidence. Back in the 70s, we believed maybe there was a ghost there. We just they didn't capture it on camera.
But the thing is, Dave, everyone has cameras, but if you noticed, everyone's too busy looking at themselves.
That's true.
I sit out there some days when I'm in a shopping centre. I say to my wife, apart from the security cameras in the centre, if they weren't there, you could commit a crime and nobody would know what the fuck you look like.
You can steal the tires off most people's
someone.
cars. They wouldn't even know it.
Because everyone's like this on their phone.
Yeah.
I could commit a crime and the police will go, "Did you see?" And they'd be like, "Huh? What? Huh? I didn't see nothing." Everyone's just busy looking. And here's the thing, too. Everyone does have phones. And still to this day, when they do see a Bigfoot or a fucking UFO, it's like this.
They panic, yeah.
There's Bigfoot. Can you see? Can you see? It's like,
You know what? Whenever something happens, like, and I'm trying to record something real fast, I wind up, when I hit the record button on the video camera, I'm actually turning it off. And then when I actually hit stop, I'm actually starting it, you know.
that was quite funny, me putting my hand there like that.
There you go. Very good special effect, yeah.
Oh, look. It's someone tattooed bum. Someone's got a tattooed vagina.
All right. I got to wrap this up. It's deteriorating. We were just doing so well. All right. I want to wish all the competitors good luck at the New York Pro this coming weekend, and we'll have to get you up a little early. If you want to buy Lee's T-shirt, go to his Instagram account. If you want to get some of those great candies from Mr. G,
cookies.
MrPottsProtein.net.
And don't forget, Dave's got one of these coming in the mail. He's going to be so
I
happy.
you know what? Since you guys made me wait so long for it, I might actually just auction it off and not keep it.
Well, what you should do is do something very rare. When you get one of these, put some fluid in and drink it rather than just drinking fucking air every time.
There you go. I'll auction it off. We'll donate the money to our favorite Big Lenny charity.
Actually, too, you can buy these shirts, but this one here, the one I've got on, because I can't stand fucking bodybuilders that wear T-shirts with their own fucking picture on it. It's like, I'd never wear this out.
So, Lee, why don't you auction that one off for an animal cause?
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to sign this one and auction it off.
All right.
And give the money to the animals. Look, the detail in it's pretty good.
What I like about the shirt is it's very black, too. Where did you get such a black shirt from? It looks good.
Look at that.
And those posing trunks peel away if you want to get a little inside view.
Yeah, I know Dave was looking at the posing trunk. Yeah, but I am, because I'm not going to wear this around, so I will auction this one off.
Okay. The bidding starts at what, $500?
At least $250, because
right.
It's a good cause for the animal shelters.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting cold here now, and they need blankets and more food and stuff like that.
I thought it never gets cold there in Australia.
Here we go again. Dave doesn't know.
You
much
guys
about
don't
the
get snow or anything like that?
Australia, Tyler, are you near a computer? Google. Australia has some of the biggest snow skiing fields outside of the Alps.
Now where you live.
I live about 5 hours from the snow.
Yeah,
if I want to go to
far.
it.
That's far.
It's not far. It's closer than you are. How far do you got to go to the snow?
Well, you're not waking up.
You're living.
I'm in Florida. I'm glad I'm 2,000 miles away from the snow. I don't want to be anywhere near it anymore. I've had enough snow to last the rest of my life. Believe me.
Well, you just got to go to Miami. There's piles of snow down there.
Oh yeah.
If you know what I mean. Actually, I spoke to Mr. G yesterday. He goes, Lee, let's have a 20-minute Zoom call. You know, Mr. G, 20 minutes.
20 minutes
into
is
an hour.
20 hours probably. Yeah, with you.
We've discussed his fight with Big Lenny. We discussed the cookies. We discussed politics.
Yeah, he's very into that whole fight. We talked about it on an after hours today. He's very
and
serious.
Politics and that. Mr. G and I could have had our own hour and a half show.
I should have recorded it for you. We could have put it up. All right.
It would have been funny.
Have fun at the gym today. I know you. What are you going? Are you going to the gym today, or are you off?
I'm not sure because of my back still. So I just got to walk around in circles and stuff like that. I might have one of these. If I eat the whole 3,000 calorie bar,
you'll be all nice and carved up.
Imagine if you eat one tin a day. That's like almost 10,000 calories.
There you go. You'll be Victor Riches before you know it, or the old Lee Priest. That's for sure.
I've never had 10,000 calories in a box.
Now you did. All right, I'm hanging. I'm wrapping this.
I'm not going there.
I'm wrapping up the show. Is that shirt on your website? You said there's a link on Instagram.
This shirt, if you go on my Instagram, you know where your bio is.
Yeah.
People say, where do we go? I say, it says click here, and there's 3 big arrows pointing down.
Okay.
If you click on that, it takes you to this thing called Linktree, and the very first one says Lee Priest Myth T-shirt.
Okay.
You can click on that and buy it. But this one, I'm going to put it on
you
Instagram,
told me
and you
that.
can just
You'll auction it.
bid on Instagram.
All right.
I'm not even going to wash it. I only put it on this morning.
Oh, now you're really gonna get people bidding for that.
It smells like Rexona 72-hour deodorant, and I put on that $1 million spray. Here's an idea, Dave. I want to know, when you buy deodorant and it says 48 hours or 72 hours on the tin.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Who doesn't shower for 72 fucking hours? Who tested this deodorant?
Believe me, I've seen some Europeans come over on the airplane, and man, they stink like hell. I can guarantee those people haven't showered.
Makes your eyes water. But 72 hours. Why did I put that on the tin? Because I'm thinking everyone's going to shower.
I'll tell you
72.
something. I don't want to get into a whole discussion, but you know what? I stopped using those really strong deodorants because of the aluminum content. I use something, it was originally called Primal Pit Paste. It's all natural. They changed the name to, I think it's called Just Frank or Just Frankly or something like that. I don't know, it's some stupid name. But it smells good, and it has no harsh chemicals, no metals in there, no heavy metals, nothing like that. So.
Well, speaking of that, before you go, did you see the latest study came out yesterday? It was on the news here. You know how like rice and some of the food we get now, white rice, anything has these microscopic bits of plastic in it. They reckon
I didn't know that.
every week a human consumes a credit card worth of plastic.
Great. I already have high lead. I did my heavy metal test, and I came back high for lead. I don't even know where I'm getting it from, but they tell me everything that grows in the ground has lead in it now. So.
We'll have to talk about
I did a heavy metal.
That'll be the next show. Yeah, let's wrap this up. I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest.
I did a heavy metal test a week ago, and they told me I like Bon Jovi.
What a downer! What a downer way to end the show.
I'm here all day, people. I'm here all day.
Win a date with Lee Priest and Madonna. Register on his Instagram. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next week. Lee, let's see who's right. Whoever wins the top 3 New York Pro placings will have to win a prize. I don't know who's going to supply the prize, but we'll see.
If you win, I'll get you one of these T-shirts.
I want that shirt if I win. And if you win, I'll give you this Coca-Cola shirt, or this old school bodybuilding shirt.
This is double X. Would that fit you, double X?
No, I'm too small. I'm only an extra large.
Well, you can grow into it.
Give
you a go.
I can shrink out of it.
I'm going to get it and put it between my legs like
there you
this
go.
and send it to you.
All right. Shut up. Can you just close this camera off? Thank you. I'll see you next week.
Tyler and I are going to talk for ages. Bye then.
All right, you keep talking.
I'm starving. I'm going to go get dinner.
Tyler wants to leave too. You're just waking up. We're ready to go. We're ready.